You calculate that you should get 12 grams of magnesium oxide out of a reaction, but when you take the mass of the product using a scale in the lab, you find you only get 10.6 grams of magnesium oxide out. What is the percent yield? So remember, percents are all the same. It's always a piece over the whole. And in this case, the whole is going to be the theoretical amount that you should get out. This is if everything was perfect, you would get 12 grams out. That's what, when doing the math, theoretically you got that out. However, you didn't get the whole thing out. You only got this much out. And so that's going to be the piece that goes on top. So using the percent yield formula is the actual yield, meaning what you actually got out when you did this actual experiment, over the theoretical yield, which is what, if everything was perfect in a perfect universe, you would have got this exact amount out. However, that never happens in real life, but that's what would go on the bottom. So in this example, all you really need to do is differentiate between what is the theoretical yield and what's the actual yield. So keywords like calculate tell you that we're looking for that the theoretical yield is going to be the 12 grams, and other keywords like using the scale in the lab, this is more actual real life stuff, you only got 10.6 grams out. So most of these types of questions, when they're written this way, are just trying to pick out the right number to put in the right place. So if we wanted to solve this, then we take the actual, which was 10.6 grams, all over 12 grams, times it by 100, and you get 88.33%. So what this means is you lost roughly 12% of what you should have got out due to either stayed in the crucible or you didn't have the right mass in the first place. I mean, there's a million things that could have gone wrong here. One caution here is don't always assume that the bigger number is going to go on the bottom. I mean, that should be the case, and most times you're going to lose product because it's been left in the crucible or the beaker or whatever. However, it is possible that you could get a bigger number as your actual. It just implies something else went wrong, meaning there's some contaminant in your beaker, or something else went wrong with your reaction, which would make the product more than it should be. There's something magic happen there. There's just something you're weighing that isn't actually your product in that case. So just be careful when reading the questions that you don't get lulled into the fact that that's a smaller number, so it goes on top. Read the question carefully and make sure that you're using the keywords like calculate or find mathematically, things like that. Using stoichiometry, you found keywords like that. That'll tell you that's your theoretical yield, whereas things like using the scale or in the lab, you find that's the key for looking at the actual yield.